Once again, this is another jellyfish. It's obviously not average. Just so you know, I like marine biology. I never studied it in college. I just surfed a lot and went into caves and saw crawdads and crabs and shit like that. And I used to free dive, but this guy is not natural either. What you'll notice in the middle here is it's different from Arcella. Arcella is using gases. This is, I don't know which one of the two, but I believe this is just a phosphorus chemical effect. Jellyfish on the beach. Oh, here's another one. Can you see this?
Yeah.
That's a real fucking picture, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've watched that on YouTube. Yeah,
That
that's
they
pretty.
claim it's a jellyfish or it's a jellyfish of types.
Yeah, hey, that sure is different than what
Does that look
I've ever
like the
seen.
let me tell you something, my friend. I know what a sailfish looks like. I know what a Portuguese man o' war looks like. Both of those fuckers have bit me. I know what fire coral is. I've seen all kinds of really weird shit in Hawaii. I have never seen anything like this. By the way, this is Mariana Trench, just so you understand. So we're talking about the same thing. This is the deepest part of the ocean where there's no light whatsoever.
Wow.
So this guy is hunting by dropping those tentacles, and literally he's dredging across, praying to catch something that doesn't kill him. Can you
Uh-huh.
believe that? That's how this guy survives. But I can't believe that he doesn't have something more advanced because he'd be too easy to destroy if you look at the size of him. By the way, he was like 15 to 30 feet long in size, just so you know.
Gee, wow.
Okay, so scarabs are all over the pyramids. You like pyramids? Is
Yeah.
that okay to talk about?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now you keep asking me about those colors, right? Of the Arcella, right?
Yeah.
So I'm showing you pictures of a scarab. This is a water-dwelling creature. I forgot what the fuck it is. It's a Chilton Min. But you'll notice the colors on it. The reason that the what is it? It's not a roach. Uh, I thought that was an awesome picture, by the way. I have no idea why. I would never dream of doing this, but I thought that was neat. This is called symbiosis, just so you understand. This is what you do with your kitty. You know, when you sleep with your kitty and he cuddles with you and shit. And believe it or not, it's part of what these alien creatures are doing. There's a reason I'm showing you this. This is a creature from the olden days. There's been a bunch of creatures that they're coming up with that have been discovered that existed in the past that are really, really freaky deaky. Now, you asked me before, what shapes can an Arcella take? Here's a small example. Are you,
Whoa.
yeah, this is a small example. I'm going to show you one that blows my mind. I love jellyfish in case you don't realize that. And octopus. Here's another regular looking octopus. Don't they all look like this?
Oh, I don't know. Do they? That's
No,
crazy. Yeah,
no.
look at that. That looks like a
That
Christmas
guy,
ornament.
he's one of my favorites right here. I forget his name. Is it on here? It is. Medusa is its name, believe it or not.
Wow.
It's a beautiful jellyfish to me, and it actually does glow in the dark with this little lighting effect in the middle. And guess what else has the exact same setup on the inside?
The Arcella.
Yes, you've been paying attention. And look, if this guy were to spin and that was gases, what would happen? It would be able to propel itself with flight. So it looks to me like this dude might be hiding out in the lower depths, may have some more secrets. By the way, this is everyone keeps asking me about Antarctica, Antarctica, and I'm pissed off. You already know my point about UFO sites. I hate the disinformation. I'm not going to be a bummer. This is the bottom of Antarctica, dude. Part of it.
Oh wow.
Remember they told you it was,
All the life.
yeah, you remember they said it was dead? There was nothing there. Nothing could survive. They just showed empty bed shelves of sand and shit.
Oh, they're totally wrong.
Well, they also just found the world's largest, I think, sturgeon population. I forget the fish. It's not the prettiest looking fish, but like every 3 meters, there's one laying eggs, and it was like 15 square miles of fish.
Oh,
How could they? How could they miss that in our Antarctica? And they're telling us there's no life. Are you with me?
they're just plain out lying.
There's a reason for all of this, just so you know. You asked me before, I was kind of afraid, but I'll just tell you the truth. I could kind of care less anymore. DARPA is the United States Advanced Military Project. You're aware of them, right?
Kind of.
DARPA's the one, if you see the stealth fighter and shit like that, people say Area 51. No, it came from this special crew at DARPA or special people at like Boeing, special division, shit like that. They, if you go to DARPA, they're the leader in advanced technology and fucking with animals and all. They're the ones who have HARP, the weather control system that they ripped off from Nikola Tesla.
Okay.
God, it feels good to say that. You're welcome, Mr. Tesla. By the way, if you want to know my location, I'm an hour away from where Nikola Tesla's laboratory was in Colorado.
Oh, geez.
How's this for a very normal looking? This is a sailfish, by the way, and while I love them, they sting like a motherfucker, and they just float in the ocean. And man almighty, let me tell you, you got to have your buddy piss on you, or really not a good day, dude. Okay, hold on. It's going to get better. I'm glad you're laughing. Here, I got some really good stuff here, I'm telling you. Okay, let's build some fucking pyramids. I want to go big. We started out big, let's go bigger. We're going to build the pyramids. You see this acid etching?
Yeah.
Would you agree with me that that could potentially be a high pH because it's etched one of the strongest materials on the planet?
Yeah.
Okay. This is how they built the pyramid. Pretty fucking simple as far as the leverage, okay? And it's utilized till today. In other words, a winch on a 4x4 vehicle with reduced gearing accomplishes the same goal as this. Does that make sense?
I guess so.
Here, hold on. If you don't, please. Okay. See these dudes hanging on this side?
Yeah.
They don't look like they're sweating. They look like they're kind of having fun, all grouping up. Now you see the pole is longer on this end to this central point. That's going to give you all this torque right here. So they don't have to lift that hard when they're pulling down. They're not sweating to death. As you can notice, somebody's actually sitting on their ass over here.
It's just a counterweight.
It's a counterweight. Exactly.
Huh.
So not very complex, right? This, you ready? I want you to look. I'm not going to try to get you mad. We just smoked a nice bowl, but you should. This is from, I forget the name of the show, but hold on, Expedition Unknown or one of those fuckers, right? Science Channel, channel 668 right here. And what this is they went to interview a native. They gave him one line to speak, and then they cut him off. This is what was behind him. It's a pyramid block. It's on a different island. It's not in Egypt. It's in... I have it recorded on my deal. If you want it, remind me and I'll get it for you. But it's like there's Machu Picchu. It's somewhere in one of those neck of the woods. Here's what's happening. When they mine for gold and for liquid mercury, it's in a rock form, okay? And it has that red pigment that they use to write on the walls. The Indians used this, the natives in the United States, when it was their territory. It's probably in Canada, I'm sure, in caves and stuff. It's all over the planet, okay? Why? Because they needed to mine that material because the liquid mercury is used for something else. It's utilized to separate the spiritual world. If you interview anyone in Machu Picchu or any of those areas that's a tour guide and ask them how they sleep at night, they'll sleep on a mirror, on a foil, those cheap ass foil blankets, or they'll have liquid mercury with them. And I asked them why, and they said it repels the underworld so that they can have good dreams. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, when they mined for that and it rained, what happened to these mines in the ground? They would flood. In the bottom of the mine, they would scoop it out and pour it on top here. And guess what happened? It has an extremely high pH rate. And it turns this, just so you know, this picture, I'm going to show you much better. You getting excited? I'm not trying to warm you up. This picture is the money shot. You see this rounded edge here? The material has softened here, and he needs to apply more here so that it doesn't crack here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But here, he has turned it into mud. And you're going to go, how's that possible? Let's take a good look. You would agree these probably are the pyramids, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Hold on. Son of a bitch, I just had the picture too. Okay, hold on. It's in another file. It's here. Man, that was a bummer. Hold on. Is it down here? It is. Okay, I found it. Let's see. You saw this. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Hold on. Kind of a mixed pot here, but I know the picture's here. Here, have you seen this one?
No.
You want to say hello to my Arcella buddies? By the way, I'm just curious, do you believe that Arcella is correct, that this could potentially be, the flying amoeba theory could potentially be correct? How's that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And by the way, I'm not trying to take credit for it. I'm just saying, okay, well, this is the moon. This is a cave. This is an Arcella. This is an Arcella approaching a cave. This is an Arcella going into a cave. That's the moon.
Yeah, right on.
This is me talking to Donald Trump. Okay, hold on. I know it's here. I went kind of backwards here. I had this huge junk file, and believe it or not, I sorted a bunch of it. But I'll go back through this too. So if there's something you see interesting, I apologize. I'm trying to go to the fucking pyramids are supposed to be here. Come on, here it is. Nope. That was a pyramid. That's not a pyramid. By the way, I got a picture of Japanese technicians at like a Japanese Area 51 trying to figure out how the power source works on a Arcella after they killed it. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. There's a bunch of sorry death pictures in here. They're animals, not aliens, and a bunch of people were pushing them as aliens. I hope I didn't screw my file up. I think it's backwards. Okay, pyramids. Okay, if you ever run into an Arcella, you might want to try thinking about getting in this position. I wasn't kidding. If you've seen what they do to cattle, that's all they need for you to understand you're peaceful.
Oh, okay.
I was being serious. I know it looked like a joke, but that rock is a real rock.
Oh, yeah. Well, can you show that?
Yeah. I'm trying to, gosh darn it. I humbly apologize. I wonder if there's a picture that I'm dying to show you to prove to you how you build the pyramids. Oh, here, I got something better. I can see the name up in the corner. Here we go. Okay, this is, I can't skip this one. That's an amoeba shape, by the way. That's a real amoeba.
Really?
Yeah.
That looks like a witch's hat.
I know it. And just so you understand, it took me months to accept an Arcella. And now if I see some shit like this flying around, and guess what? If you go to the UFO sites and scan through, I have the duplicate to this that's taken in the sky of an Arcella. Okay, so here's a missing pyramid before they kill me. This is Mexico, the Gulf of Mexico, you know, where they're drilling for oil and shit with impunity.
No, I don't know.
You know, you've heard of Mexico and tequila?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm just not sure
Okay.
the location you're saying where they're drilling.
Oh, this is the Gulf of Mexico. So up here would be the United States, right? And then over here to the side would be Mexico. And then over here would be Florida on this side. This is what you get with like Google Maps and shit. And then this is what you get with what's really down there. Now take a good look at this. If this was how the land was and the water was dropped a long time ago, this is how you enter the kingdom. This would be the kingdom here. This is a fortress wall protecting them. This is beachfront property here. All along these walls are caves dug in, beautiful inscriptions. This is water filled. And here's something that's going to blow your balls off. And this is proven, by the way. I'm trying to match shit up with the time frame that I'm in right now. This fresh water supply is still down there.
Oh.
Like a cenote, you know, if you go to Mexico and you dive in a cenote, you can have salt water and then fresh water, and you can actually take your mask and like go, it's like maybe 3 foot of water and see the difference.
Okay, yeah, I've seen videos like that.
Okay.
Pretty amazing.
Same thing right here. Picture the top of this horseshoe is salt water. It was preserved until some dickheads from an oil company started drilling right in the center of this motherfucker. So let's move on. Hold on. I got to find this pyramid. I apologize. It's bugging me because it has to be here. Okay, I know what these are. I can go through them faster, and then I'll go back through. Look, I got a bunch of pictures I know that are really cool here, but I wanted to finish something. That was a really beautiful picture of an Arcella, too.
Oh.
Sounds weird. I'm like a fanatic over Arcella. We're going to go back to Arcella. Oh, shit. And there's the picture. Arcella, help me out. Here, I'm going to show you Arcella real quick. How's that for a beautiful shot of her?
Oh.
You know the black part that comes right here? It's her grounding out with what's inside of her. We're going to call it plasma because I know you like that word. I'll call it gases because I'm not sure what type of plasma it is. I know it's gases. By the way, you want the answer to that question. All you have to do is look up neon tubes and figure out how to make each color.
Oh.
So if Arcella displays, you can look this up because there's more than enough videos of the colors she displays. But I can guarantee you green. Here, hold on. I can't remember the colors Arcella shows me. So let me refer to one of my other buddies. What colors of a neon tube would I need to look up? I'm enjoying this one. Come on, don't lock up on me, computer. So I'm thinking the colors that I would be looking up would be green, red, orange, yellow, red, blue, purple, orange. You see them?
Yeah.
Do they look neon to you, brother?
It looks like the full spectrum of colors.
So, Arcella may be a lot wiser with her energy than we think, since she's displaying all colors. Now, what was that doing, do you think?
Maybe trying to communicate?
Yes. I mean, isn't it blatantly obvious? I mean, and I'm not even being a smart ass. By the way, I don't know what these are, but this is a animal on another planet, and it may be an Arcella, believe it or not, that may have perished, unfortunately,
Oh,
and it may be a different animal that's alive. I'll show you some other animals that I think are true. Okay, I got to show. Where the fuck was that? Please. Oh, I see what happened. I rolled around. Okay, hold on. You son of a bitch. I gotta go. Hold on. I got all excited about it, and I forgot to show you the main picture here
oh yeah.
that finished the. It was the pyramids. Oh, hold on, it's alphabetical. Son of a bitch! I just figured that out. Here, don't forget about this guy. That picture mesmerizes me. Here, I got a better one for you. I'm going to one-up you. This is what the government's going to get mad at. What are you looking at?
Oh, I'm just responding to a text here quickly. They're
Go
going
ahead.
to bring the dog by here this afternoon later. But is that what you were asking?
Go ahead. Go ahead. What are you looking at?
Oh, just this text here. These guys are going to bring by the dog at 3:30.
No, not that. Can you see the picture?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay, yeah.
I'm playing a game. I'm playing a game with you.
It looks like some kind of artwork, like
It's Jupiter.
what?
I thought you liked Arcellas.
Oh yeah. Yeah, look at that. That doesn't look like Jupiter, you know what I would expect Jupiter to look like.
It looks a little more full spectrum, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So the animals that I'm showing you, do they look? Sorry about that. That's Ron Jeremy, by the way. You know who he is, the porn star?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's like one of the older porn stars. He looks like Santa Claus with
Oh,
AIDS.
that's him?
That's him.
Whoa, crazy.
I saw it. I was looking through the news and I clipped it because I was thinking like Christmas would roll around and I'd call someone Santa Claus.
Oh, crazy.
Okay, so I'll tell you another secret. So here's the pyramids. This is correct. Whoever did this, I'll leave it anonymous. And it shows you if you ever owned an old projector. I actually happen to own one, believe it or not. It's in my closet. It's an early projector that used a 12-volt halogen bulb, and then it uses a convex mirror in the front of it, okay? And what the convex mirror does is you take a small picture, concentrated, you shoot it through it, and then when it hits the wall, it lights up, and then you have a larger picture, which is what this is representing here. So, the pyramids have a very, very hidden secret. It has a lot of hidden secrets in it. One of the ones in Mexico, by the way, Arcellas live in caves and volcanoes. We've established this one, correct?
Yeah.
So underneath in Mexico, one of the pyramids is right over a volcano. And believe it or not, there's I forget who it is buried there. My apologies to the deities here. But you can actually take a canal from his sarcophagus to the underworld.
Oh.
Do you find that a little bit amazing?
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty.
Did they take it pretty serious about Arcellas for some reason?
Yeah.
Does that kind of make sense a little bit? Do you think they knew about Arcellas?
Yeah.
Okay. Underneath this pyramid, the way that the lighting is set up, it's a 3D projector of sorts. See if I can find some good shit here. Oh, here we go. We'll finish up the pyramids. So, remember the acid?
Yeah.
We're shaving it in the mud, right? So they build this block in here, and when it's still soft from the pH, the acid is really high or low. I believe it's high is acidic or low. Forget which one it is. Good scientist I am. Anyway, what they're doing is you can clearly see here, they're shaving, coming across, shaving, coming across, shaving. Can you see that effect?
Yeah.
Now, what did he do down here? He built a little girder. What is the girder doing? It's supporting these blocks above it. Whoops, sorry about that. So that they don't crumble down and have this same drooping effect. You see the drooping effect here when they sit on top of each other? See the drooping effect, the imperfections?
Yeah.
That's because they washed it in acid and they're coming across shaving it. And when they seal it here, when they drop it on top of each other, they want this to come out. That means that this seal is paper thin within here. Ta-da!
Wow.
Anyone else explain it pretty simply like that? And you can clearly see, look, deities, I humbly apologize. I don't want to piss them off. Got to hedge my bet here, brother. This process, you can clearly see this structure of this horseshoe is to support, in other words, the dudes that came in for that day's work, believe it or not, Rob and Charlie, decided to go have a break at this particular moment, and the boss was cool and he left a marker for him because he would have simply shaved it in mud, threw it on the side here, and it would have been recycled. What's down here? A tailings pit. I wonder if that's the tailings from here because they're headed in this direction.
Huh. Wow.
By the way, I think I'm full spectrum gifted, but that's kind of boring stuff to me. Has anyone ever presented that to you like that? Does it make sense?
Oh, yeah, just the way you explained it, it makes sense. If I was to try and say it myself, I don't know, but the way you put it there, that sure looks like the way you said it.
Inside the goldmine file, I left you, there's a PDF document in there that shows all the magic ingredients to make the mud.
Huh.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, right on. I'll check that out.
Okay, no more Ron Jeremy. Let's go to another file. Or wait a minute, that was interesting. Let me see. I'll show you some stuff that I find interesting. This is kind of interesting. I mentioned this before. This is really weird, but I don't believe in the Big Bang Theory the way it went down, and it's been explained to me differently by my gift, and I'll explain to you what I think. And you can look it up. NASA disclosed that this is where we're over here, right? Earth. Sorry, my mouse. Can you see my mouse? I apologize. It's real small.
Yeah.
My mouse is small. That's why I don't have a girlfriend. Okay, here's this. Here's the sun. Okay, this is where they sent Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 to, the edge of the universe. Remember that?
Oh, okay.
And they just disclosed that this is made out of, I hate this word, by the way, just so, and I apologize, it's overkilled in the UFO community, plasma. It's made out of the same gas composition as the sun. This right here.
Okay.
Do you find that interesting?
I don't know. Yes.
Let me reword it. You haven't had the chance to look it up yet. If you look up that NASA disclosed that this plasma substance is identical to the sun, would you possibly believe my hypothesis that we live within a sun, aka a light sphere? Aliens are kind of pissed off at your bullshit terminology. I think a light sphere is more appropriate because this gives out light, in my opinion. In other words, solar flares can fuck us up and sunburn us. So obviously this is pretty stout shit. So the sun and this is made of the same material. So when the Big Bang happened, I wonder if this pressure is different from this pressure. What would that prove? It would prove a multiverse theory, would it not? 1, 2. Or am I mistaken? Wow. Now, I want to throw something else at you. Let's go to Alpha Centauri over here and look back at this. This is all we can see right now, right here. It's the exact equivalent of you and me right here looking at our sun. Does that make a little bit of sense to you? So, and I would urge you to look that up, by the way. Just I can sit here and look up all this shit, or I can give you a bunch of stuff, and then the stuff you find interesting you can look up. But NASA disclosed that this was made up of a hot plasma. It's like chunks, is how they described it. And if you've ever looked at a picture of the sun close up, where they show it looks like molten rivers connected together,
Yeah.
like chunks. It looks like icebergs, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Now, I got another question for you. The sun can melt anything, supposedly, right?
Yeah, you would think so.
Okay, that's what they've been telling us, right? How come there's fucking video all over the place and NASA's advertising that they're doing flybys of the sun in this pattern right here? They're swooping by just like those larger Arcellas I showed you that swoop by them too. Have you noticed that? How come they're not burning up, my friend?
Yeah, what are they using for a shield or what? I don't know. Maybe it's not as hot as they say.
It's not as hot as they say. Plasma can kill you like a lightning strike, a human, correct? But some humans can get struck in the head and just go back to work the next fucking day, correct? I mean, it's a terrible example to use, but it's true, right? And lightning is connected with plasma, obviously. This is really interesting here. This is the gods. Nikolai Tesla, you know who I'm talking about with Tesla. I'm a big Tesla fan, right?
Yeah.
This is Nikolai Tesla's invention right here, just so you understand. The reason he never wanted money for his inventions was because he got it the same way I did from another plane. If you get this from somewhere else for free, it's kind of hard to like want to fuck somebody over for money. I don't know how to explain that, but anyway, this is Nikolai Tesla's. If you notice, it's in a different format, and if you'll notice, this is not human, and it does have a tail, and this is a large thigh with a skinny foot, and the foot extends this way. The arm comes out skinny. It has a very weird head that's alien. This was taken from inside of the pyramids, so you know. This is authentic.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
This isn't. There is some of this that's public, but it keeps getting washed out of there every time we upload, so here you go. So, what's happening in the picture? You can clearly see Arcella. This may not make sense to you. It may or may not, I apologize. One of Arcella's forms looks like this, so you know. This is half of it right here. It's cut off. But Arcella, this, and what powers this and the United States UFOs is plasma, if you want to call it that, or a way to contain the gases, just like a neon tube. In other words, if you make a neon tube and you get the right gas mixture, evidently you can power an Arcella, a UFO, or the planet. So I figured we'd show you this picture. This was dedicated, by the way, from 20 scientists that thought it was appropriate. This was dedicated from me. This is what I think of Americans. Have you seen this?
No.
Okay, you'll like it. Hold on. Can you hear it? There's no audio.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Well, they're about to have their first kiss.
Oh, isn't that
the camera? The problem, okay, this is just my favorite animals. Jellyfish can kind of sort of live forever as their cycle, which I've always found fascinating. Let's see. I skipped over a few, I apologize. This is my favorite picture in the world. Just is. I can't get enough of it. It's in multiple places. It's on the pyramid walls in Egypt. It's on all the pyramids, just so you know. It's depicted different because this is an illustration. People have to understand when you look at this, it's not everything is as it seems, to so speak. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's explain it. This is the sun. This is the god Ra. This is data coming down. This clearly depicts different forms of data coming down. Up here are the beginning lessons of the esoteric planes, the entry gate to the entry of, kind of weird how to word this one, but shaman, still don't even know how to pronounce that, and I've been interviewed by them and spoken with them, but they meditate to find data, to find answers, and do it at a slow rate. This is telling you to do it with children, and within 3 to 4 years, they'll have all the knowledge of the world. Past, present, and future, by the way. So I find that interesting. We thought these were Arcellas, by the way. We were trying to find a dead Arcella, if you can believe that. Not to be morbid, but to find proof on the planet, you know what I mean? In other words, one that's not moving, that hopefully died naturally. Here's one in Antarctica. You wanted to know why Antarctica is so beautiful and special? This one made a heart for you. By the way, I'm going to ask you a silly question. You know what they can do to cattle, right? You've seen it clearly.
Yeah.
How come they're not fucking humans up?
Well, because they're not hanging out as much out in the fields. I don't know.
Well, come on, I've been out in fields having sex. I can guarantee you in my teenage years I did that in the back of a pickup truck. He had plenty of opportunity. My pants were down to easy access, baby. Never got me. Why? Because they're friendly. They understand what humans are. Remember the Foo Fighters?
Oh, okay.
They watch war. If humans in 200 million years fucked up the planet and we're constantly doing war with each other, right?
Yeah.
What happened before that? It was all peaceful. So they kind of probably don't want to have anything to do with us because, quite frankly, it took them a long ways to get here, and they probably had a lot of predators and things that they had to look out from. This is the spider crab of Mars, which happens to be an Arcella. This is the deepest freshwater lake in the planet Earth, and it happens to be in Russia. And Vladimir Putin poisoned it by putting contaminants in from a paper factory. Oops, sorry about that, Mr. Putin. Fuck you. I'm Ukrainian and Russian. I'm Ukrainian and Irish, by the way. So I'm not real happy with what's going on in my homeland.
You guys,
you know, who in the fuck would have predicted this? I mean, a KGB agent, I kind of understand is demented, but not this far. But anyway, this is just so you know, this is going to be a tough one for me to say. This is home to Arcellas underneath.
Oh.
A very large cavernous cave system that's been keeping them alive for a very long time, long before us, in my opinion, due to the age of the caves. You know how they keep showing you, or at least I've shown a couple, dragon symbols and other shit when you enter a cave?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of like a welcome mat, except they don't really want people coming in.
Oh, okay.
In case they're busy. This is going to sound weird on this hypothesis, but it's really not a hypothesis. This is a planet being born, or I forget which it is, but I just wanted to show you it's not just Arcellas. There's deities involved. And this is a deity either eating up a planet or building one. And I wanted to show you the beautiful colors inside. And if NASA would ever show the truth of these pictures, you'll notice that they're full spectrum. It's not just this color. By the way, God gave away everything you needed to know. Let me see if I can find here. What is this? I forget what the fuck this is, but you see all the colors of the rainbow?
Yeah.
You know that stupid ass beetle that's all over the pyramids? You know that you know what I'm talking about? The scarab, that famous one?
Yeah.
You know, he's got colors that look kind of like this. Colors kind of like this. Have you seen this fish? The barrel fish?
Yeah.
Mariana Trench?
Yeah. Look at that.
That's normal, right? Okay. Watch this. I'm going to end something once and for all. This was taken by the International Space Station. You know, they have all kinds of shit flying by it. It's clearly an Arcella. This is, you can see how she shorts out the plasma within her. She's trying to regenerate cells. She's compressed the oxygen out of her body. She's no longer in float mode. She's hauling ass. And this was taken, there's a video of this. And man, if I had one of those 24-inch printers, I'd print a poster of it. But there's a bigger picture of this I have that's a better resolution. But this same picture is the Dyatlov Pass incident that is, I forget, what is it, 50 years old now, something like that? And it's Arcella with that same band there. The reason for the band is she's stressed out. She's not happy. But wait a minute. You ready to get your mind blown?
Yeah.
You need to take a closer look at my dragons. My friends. You want to see a real dragon?
Uh-huh.
You don't see it yet, do you?
Well, is that the tail there on the right?
This is an eye. This is a mouth. These are teeth you do not want to fuck with. This is the head. This is the other head. You can clearly see the snout, the eye, the bottom, the chin of him, depicted clearly as seen in all Asia. Would you agree? The shorter legs, the long body. I know it doesn't make sense, but right here, you're looking at a double-headed dragon.
Huh.
Connected to an Arcella.
What? So what does that mean?
That is a problem. This is what I didn't want to talk about before, but not just understand. I really don't want the UFO community to go traipsing on this, but they're more than welcome to now. What happened is those I have to apologize. I almost called those kids stupid. Let me retract that. Those kids died a horrible death. The kid, you're familiar with the Dyatlov Pass incident, correct?
Yeah, very vaguely, but yeah, I know it's a pretty.
Yeah. Hikers went missing and they ended up finding frozen bodies. The government lied, Putin lied, and this is what showed up. This was on the missing camera roll, by the way, just so you know where the location of this is. And the website's real hard to remember, dyatlovpass.com. And it's the missing camera roll that they said was fraudulent. It's not fraudulent. It shows pictures of an Arcella. This is, hope they're cool with me showing this. Oh, well. Here's what's under some of the pyramids. You want to see how that canal works? Oops. Oh. Sorry about that. I really fucking hate spiders, just so you know.
Oh.
This is the reason that I'm looking at the Arabic alphabet for Kazaa is I was going after the earliest religion, the earliest languages, because my grandpa gave me this little code when I was younger and it matched some other codes. Let's see, let's go back there for a second. And if you want to track, if you're like really looking to figure out UFOs, the meaning of life, who's God, all that type of stuff, there's really only one way to do it is to go back in time. In other words, the earliest men, what did they know? Where did they get it from? And what I came to find out, oh, this is cool. This is where Arcilla comes into our planet, just so you understand. This circular area here that everyone's got the audacity to call the Bermuda Triangle. It's just an entry point when there's storms coming through. You know how there's that pressure up here where it's kind of hard to blow through sometimes, where the International Space Station's located and that D layer?
Oh, okay.
What they do is they wait for a storm and they pop on through, and then they can come through and they can join their buddies and become a actual storm and bring weather, or they can fly around. Believe it or not, I don't know if it's one type of Arcilla or two types. I kind of don't really want to argue with God, but I believe it's two types. I believe there's the ones that we see that kill the cattle, and I believe that the storms are a second one. I actually called this guy's mom, dedicate this episode to him. How's that? He was killed by Russians. He found the secret of Lake Baikal. You know, where they have those dragon pictures on the entrance to the caves?
Oh.
Okay. He made entry.
Oh.
And he studied it, and he took other hikers there, so they took him and they beat him and they killed him. This is the bottom of Antarctica also, by the way. That's what humans do. By the way, if an alien exists, let's just hypothesize, there's a symbiotic spaceship that shows up, right? And they come into our airspace. My airspace, your airspace, doesn't matter. They get met with probably an F-35. It's probably got some kind of bombs on it or missiles. It's got to be capable of shooting down a Boeing 747, I imagine, right? And then the aliens, if they got past that, would see shit like this. We're the oldest forms of life. By the way, this is the middle of that beautiful picture where I showed you that pyramid that no one's found yet at the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico. This is the top of the Gulf of Mexico. So they thought this was a power plant. It's a 3D movie theater, dickhead. Take a good look. Do you see portals where the sun can come through?
Yeah.
What did they coat the walls with? The most polished limestone known on the planet, right?
Yeah.
What does limestone do when you add it with that refractor? Projects the image from outside, reversed.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So all you have to do is flip it. So in other words, you come down, you make a turn, and you flip it. This is inaccurate, just so you know. The other one that I have is much more accurate. But what happened was, with one sunlight coming through, they could create 3 different reflections of the exact same image and change the way that the image looks, shoot them back towards the middle, and guess what you've invented? A hologram. Does that make sense, by the way? Are you into electronics that much?
Oh, no. No. But,
in other words, watch. Here's the problem with making a hologram. Elon Musk, suck it. The problem with making a hologram is when you shoot light, you can't stop it. Does that make sense? In other words, like take the laser pointer that you chase your kitty with, right? You can't stop it unless you put it on your hand. Now you have the distance, right? If you can control that distance, now you can make a hologram. So what they did was they bounced it off of 3 or 4 walls. I'm going to say 3. This, by the way, was all over UFO places, stating it's a alien. It's a fucking animal that's related to the monkeys. It's peaceful as fuck. And this is the water reservoir in South America that these dickheads dumped all their contaminants from a cocaine manufacturing plant. And the natives asked me what to do, so I told them to light them on fire.